20 years, though.
20 years, I know. 20
man.
years of marriage together for 23.
Wow.
Yo,
How
hardcore.
do you do it, Will?
Hey, man, you just...
I'm on 13, man.
Yo, 13. No, 13 is good. Now, me and Jada, it's funny. Ruby Dee died a few years ago, and her and Ozzie Davis have been together for 50 years. Yeah. So me and Jada was struggling hard. So we went to go talk to Ruby Dee. So we sit down, and Ruby, she was just when people have that look, like when you just understand they get life, they got it. Right. You don't know what it is, but you can just see the look where they got it. And Ruby got that look, and she's sitting. So Ruby turns to Jada, and she said, "How long you known him?" And Jada said, at the time it was 17 years. She said, "I've known him for 17 years." Ruby said, 17 years? Shit, you don't even know him yet.
Wow.
Right? She said, "Just relax." And that was her whole advice. She's like, "You don't even know him yet." And it was like the idea that 17 years, you don't even know him yet. And that is so deeply true. It's like, as much as marriage is a relationship commitment, it really is a singular commitment to yourself that you are going to use your marriage to develop yourself. Right? Marriage demands that you be the best version of you, or it ain't gonna work. Right? So, Ruby really locked us into that space where Jada and I realized that we were on individual journeys. We were both trying to force a marriage when actually, if you think of us in terms of a seed and soil, are they married? Right? Is a seed, it's not married to the soil, it's just growing together, both doing what they were designed to do. And me and Jada sort of found ourselves into that space where we don't even say we're married anymore. We refer to ourselves as life partners, right? Where you get into that space when you realize you are literally with somebody for the rest of your life. There's no deal breakers. There's nothing she could do, ever. Nothing that would break our relationship. She has my support till death. Right. You know what I mean? And it feels so good to get to that space where you're not complaining and worrying and demanding that a person be a certain thing to sort of satiate your ego deficiencies, You're not demanding that somebody be a certain thing so you feel better about yourself, And we've sort of come into this really beautiful place. She said a couple of months ago, she said, "You know what? People think love is red. It's not, it's blue. It's like water. It's not like fire," right? And I was like, it's just such a deep concept, and coming into that space, this I've never been happier, and I hate using the word happy because it really doesn't describe what I am. Right? It's like happiness is peace. It's not pleasure, right? And everybody thinks happiness is trying to get as much pleasure as you can get. There is nothing more agitating to your mind than extreme pleasure. Right. Right? It's like peace. And it's like you just come into that beautiful state of needlessness where you realize you really don't need nothing. Right. And I'm just I'm ecstatic, and in the peace of my life right now.
As a father, coming from Trey to you. And it also seems like when you look at Jaden and Willow, you seem like you have the most coolest free thinking kids, like powerful kids in their own right, powerful young man and woman.
No, but what was beautiful for Jada and I is we actually had nieces and nephews that we were raising along the way. So you sort of mess the kids up incrementally less as you move along the line. Like Willow got the best of the best, right? So you just get it more and more right as you move through the kids. But it's been parenting is especially girls. It's like there's with boys are easy. Right. Like until they can beat you in a fight, like they got to do what you say, right? You know, it's real simple. You know, you just hurry up and you check them real good when they're young. You know, so by the time when they can take you, they don't feel like they have to, right? But with girls, Willow has been like the most challenging, most beautiful relationship I've ever had in my life. Willow got the best of me that any human being has ever gotten. And it is, you know, it's just a beautiful thing to watch her develop and know how to love her better than I've ever been able to love anybody. And it's, there's a thing I was talking about, what Willow taught me. I used to define love, and I grew up with the definition of love being that you push and you mold and you jam people into achieving and building and growing. And you know what I realized with Willow, I sort of shifted from I guess what I would call the desire and pleasure paradigm of love. If somebody does what you say, you desire something, you want them to behave a certain way. And if they behave that way, you love them, right? So that's sort of the desire, pleasure paradigm of love. Hey, you know, I'm going to give you this, and then you're going to behave like this, and we're going to love each other, right? And Willow sort of shifted me into more what I call the gardener flower paradigm of love, where the flower already is what God intends. It's a seed, and I take out what I want it to be, release what I want. I want it to be what it's intended to be. Right? So my definition of love shifted to a gardener. I just want to create a place, and I want to have water, and I want you to become what you want to become. I'm not going to demand that you become what I want you to become. And that was sort of the evolution and transition for me into loving Willow, and then ultimately everybody around me in helping them become what they want to become, not demanding that they be what I see in my picture.